Good day, grade 8 students, and welcome to our lesson, the SSS Congruence Postulate. So at the end of the lesson, you are expected to complete the congruent marks to illustrate that the triangles are congruent through SSS Congruence Postulate. You are also expected to match the given sides of triangles to show that the triangles are congruent through SSS congruence postulate, and describe the importance of gender equality in the society. So before we're going to proceed to the lesson, may I see if who can determine what postulate is being reflected by this illustration. Take note, the illustration shows side is between the two angles. Okay, very good. That is ASA, or the angle side angle congruence postulate. Next we have, take note that the illustration shows side is not between the two angles. Okay, very good. That is AAS, or the angle-angle side congruence postulate. Now, let us be reminded of the definition of the two postulates that you have previously discussed. The ASA, or the ASA congruence postulate, states that two triangles are congruent if their two angles and the included sides are congruent with each other, while the angle side angle and angle side congruence postulate states that if two angles and one side in one triangle are congruent to the corresponding two angles and one side in another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Now, look at these two triangles on the screen. As you can see, one is colored yellow and the other one is colored blue. Can you determine the congruence of each triangle by dealing only on their sides and not the angles? Okay, so bear with me as we discuss the SSS congruence postulate. But before that, I will be giving an activity that is for you to accomplish, understand, and give to me later on what have you learned, or what congruence postulate will you be learning this day. So the aim of this activity is to complete the congruent marks to illustrate that the triangles are congruent through SSS congruence postulates. And you are going to match the given sides of triangles to show that the triangles are congruent through SSS congruence postulates. And you're going to describe later the importance of equality in the society. And this time, this activity will be a pair-share activity, and you are only expected to do the work within 5 minutes. Take note that we are advocating the watch, or the time consciousness and honesty. So meaning, you are expected to finish the work within 5 minutes as reflected in the time allotment. So for the instruction in activity A, you are going to draw a straight horizontal line segment and name it as ST, having a length of 15 centimeters. On the point S of line segment ST, you are going to draw a vertical line segment and name it as line segment SU, having a length of 20 centimeters. Step 3, you are going to connect the point U and T to form a new diagonal line segment named UT, having a measure of 25 centimeters. And you are going to name the newly formed triangle as triangle STU and indicate the measures of the three sides of triangle STU. And for activity B is number 1, draw a straight horizontal line segment and name it as MN, having a length of 15 centimeters. Number 2, on the point M of the line segment MN, draw a vertical line segment and name it as line segment MO, having a length of 20 centimeters. Number 3, connect the point O and N to form a new diagonal line segment named ON, having a measure of 25 centimeters. And you are going to name the newly formed triangle as triangle MNO and indicate the measures of the three sides of triangle MNO. So as expected, you are only going to do the work within 5 minutes. And your time starts now. Okay, so time is up. So this is the expected output. Pero din po ba tayo ng output mga students? Very good. Now, what side of triangle STU corresponds with the side MO of triangle MNO? Correct? So we have triangle, I mean side SU. So triangle side MO corresponds to side SU of triangle STU. Get it? So what have you observed about their measures? Okay, so sides SU and side MO have the same measure. They have 20 centimeters measurement. Now, if they have the same measure, then how are you going to describe them? Okay, so sides SU and MO are congruent sides. So since they have the same measure, so they are said to be congruent sides. Now, what side of triangle STU corresponds with the side MN of triangle MNO? Very good. We have side ST. So, side MN of triangle MNO corresponds to side ST of triangle STU. So how are you going to describe the two corresponding sides MN and ST? Okay, so side MN and side ST are corresponding and congruent because they have the same measure. And how are you going to describe the last pair of sides? Side UT and side NO. Okay, so side UT and NO are corresponding and congruent because they have the same measure. Now, based on the information, can we now determine that the triangle STU and triangle MNO are congruent? Yes. So, to have a uniform or to have a clear definition of that, so we have here the SSS or the side-side-side congruence postulate states that if the three sides of the triangle are congruent to the corresponding three sides of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So dapat po, three sides of the other triangle are congruent to the corresponding three sides din ng another triangle para matawag sila na congruent triangles. So since three sides po ang congruent or corresponding measures are equal, then we can say that they are congruent through SSS congruence postulate. So naintindihan po ba? Very good. Now, let us have this illustration here. So you are going to complete the marks in the illustration and then give the statement or the corresponding statements there. So, OT corresponds to what side? What side corresponds to or is congruent to side PN? And what side is congruent to side ST? So what triangle now is congruent to triangle OST? Okay, so we have triangle, I mean Side OT is congruent to side NU. Side OS is congruent to side PN. And side ST is congruent to side UP. So we have triangle OST is congruent to triangle NPU. So a while ago, class, we have discussed about SSS congruence postulate of triangles. And you were able to determine the congruence of triangles through the certain congruence postulate. Now, talking about the word congruent or congruence. In what word can you associate the term congruence or congruent? Okay, so it can be associated to the term equality. Now, take note of the word congruent or congruence. And the congruent triangles. How can we apply this concept in the real world? Or how important are congruent triangles in the real world? Okay, so it is important, especially in building or constructing the buildings, hospitals, houses, and bridges. So I would like you to take a look at this short video clip.
Triangles have been used in many ways since ancient Egypt. Examples can be seen throughout Egypt even today. Nowadays, triangles are not an unusual sight.
So, titingnan natin sa mga bridges, congruent triangles. Kasi pag hindi congruent yan, ay malamang babagsak yung bridges or bridge. It can also be applied sa paggawa ng yung venta ng ship or ng boat. Even sa airplanes, yung mga wings niya, dapat ay congruent din. Kasi pag hindi congruent, babagsak din yun. Even sa yung duyan, yung sa laruan natin sa mga playground. Kasi pag hindi yan congruent, yung dalawang stand niya, malamang na babagsak din or madidisgrasya yung mga batang naglalaro. So those are just examples of the application or the importance of congruent triangles in the real world. Okay? So we have discussed or you have made mention earlier about the term that can be associated with the term congruence, and that is equality. So class, how important is equality in society? May apply ba natin din yan? Very good. So, katulad nito. So, in the illustration, makikita natin na kahit yung merong mga may kapansanan, ay meron din silang equal right na para ma-access yung resources ng ating government. Meron din silang equal right katulad ng mga normal na mga tao. So, dapat they should also be treated equally. What about in giving the benefits or aids? Kailangan ba na yung mga mahihirap lang ang maaring makakakuha ng mga benefit from the government? Hindi, dapat equal. Katulad na lang nung nangyari sa atin during pandemic. Pinili ba ng pandemic na yung mga mahihirap lang ang tatamaan ng virus o kaya yung mayayaman lang ang tatamaan ng mga virus? Hindi. Kaya dapat yung aid ng government or tulong ng ating government ay dapat be given also equally sa mga mamamayan, mahirap man or mayaman. Katulad ngayon, lagi tayong nililindol. So yung mga victims ng calamity na yun, na tulad ng lindol, lahat ng mga taong naninirahan sa lugar na yun, na kung saan ang sakuna ay nangyari, ay binigyan ng government ng equal na mga aids or benefits. So, saan pa natin pwedeng i-apply or i-associate yung equality na tinatawag natin? Good. So, pwede din yun sa gender. Ano ibig sabihin ng gender equality? So, ibig sabihin yan, both male and female ay dapat magkaroon din ng equal opportunity to grow, to develop. Kaya nga, lahat kayo dito, maging babae man or lalaki, ay meron kayong equal right to education. So that is very important. So we have to treat the opposite sex equally dahil both male and female have an equal role in the nation building. Kung titingnan natin, meron na nga tayong mga babaeng naging presidente. So hindi ibig sabihin na ang matataas na posisyon sa ating gobyerno ay para lamang sa mga lalaki. So, hindi rin ibig sabihin na yung mga mahihirap na subjects katulad ng math ay kailangan mga lalaki lang ang nag-e-excel. So, meron ding mga babaeng nag-e-excel sa math. Kaya, that is because lahat kayo ay binigyan ng equal opportunity to learn in the school and to develop. Okay? So, yun po ang mga halimbawa ng tinatawag na application ng tinatawag na equality. And that equality, again, can be associated with the term congruence, and the keyword there is equal. Okay? So, ngayon, we are going to have a short quiz. So, dito sa quiz na prepare ko, ginawa ko na lang ito na parang quiz B instead of yung traditional na matching type na test. So, this is also with a twist. Bakit siya with a twist? Kasi hindi ka lang pipili agad-agad ng letter na titingnan mo yun yung direct answer. But, take note, you are going to perform muna the indicated operation sa bawat letter bago mo makuha yung correct answer. So, this is also an application or a review of your fundamental operations in mathematics. Are you ready, students? Okay, good. So, let us start and take note again. In every activity, we are advocating time consciousness. So, in every number, meron po tayong allotted na 30 seconds only. Are you ready, students? Very good. So, we are going to start now. Read the answers, read the question, and the choices. Your time starts now. Okay, time is up. What is the answer, students? Okay, it's letter E. Bakit kayo letter E? So, AB and DE are corresponding sides with a measure of 8 centimeters. AC and DF also are corresponding sides because they have equal measure, which is 12 centimeters. BC corresponds to side EF. So, ang measure ng BC is 9 cm. So, dapat 9 cm din ang side EF. So, alin kaya dyan sa choices? So, we have letter E. Bakit letter E? Because we have 2 times 10, 20 minus 11, that is 9. Kaya, letter E, 9 cm. Next. time is up. So, the missing measurement here is the measurement for side GI. And side GI corresponds to side JL. And JL measures 8 cm. Expected na dapat si side GI ay meron ding 8 cm na measure. So, alin kaya dyan ang sagot? Okay, so we have letter D. Bakit letter D? 64 divided by 8. So, we have 8 centimeters. Okay? Next number. Okay, time is up. So the missing measurement is for side MO. And side MO corresponds to side PR, having a measure of 10 centimeters. So dapat si side MO ay 10 centimeters din. So alin kaya dyan ang 10 centimeters? Equal to 10. Okay, so we have letter C. Bakit letter C? 24 divided by 2 is 10, minus 2 is, 24 divided by 2 is 12, minus 2, 10. So we have letter C. Number 4. Okay, time is up. So, what's the missing measurement? So, we have 15 centimeter. Dapat for side VW because that should be corresponds to side ST. So, alin dyan ang sagot? We have letter B. Bakit letter B? 90 divided by 3 is 30 minus 15. So, we have 15. So, the answer is letter B. Number 5. Okay, time is up. So, the missing there measurement is for side AY. Since side AY corresponds to side BC having a measure of 7 centimeters, so dapat si side AY ay 7 centimeters din. So, alin ang kanyang sagot? We have letter A. Bakit letter A? The square root of 25 is 5 plus 2 is 7 centimeters. Okay? Nakuha ba lahat ng sagot mga students? Very good. So, congratulations everyone for getting the perfect score. So, we have for your assignment. So, this is the summary of the test or the quiz that we have just answered.